Hello, today is August 8th, 2025, and I will be talking about the album of the day for November 2nd, 2024, Ctrl Deluxe by SZA. Right off the bat, I'll say that I'm going to have a lot of positive things to say about this one. SZA is a favorite artist of mine, and in my opinion, she is one of the most consistently good mainstream artists out there right now. The first song, Supermodel, starts with a recording from SZA's mom talking about control. You may not have noticed, but that's actually the name of the album. Clever. In all seriousness, though, it is a very effective and engaging hook to start the album and this song with. The rest of the song is SZA confronting her issues with jealousy through the lens of a fraught relationship that is bad for both parties, but she stays with the guy because she craves the validation he gives her and feels worthless without it. This ties back to the start of the song with the control message from her mom. The attention she gets from this guy makes her feel powerful and thus in control, and she's mortified of what will happen to her if she loses that. The next song on the album is Love Galore with Travis Scott, which I have a lot less to say about because, well, the song itself doesn't have much to say, but that doesn't mean there's nothing to listen to. That was a really complicated way of saying that this song sounds damn good. Such a smooth listen. There's another voice clip from her mom at the end of this one about how if you stay quiet, people will think you're stupid, which in the context of the song means that even though Travis Scott thinks she doesn't know what's going on in their relationship, she actually has more control than she lets on. Another song with a feature up next, Doves in the Wind with Kendrick Lamar. This song is also pretty simple and ties back to the theme in a really simple way. A lot of people want to have sex, pussy in this case, and if you have what people want, that's like Control 101. The highlight of this song for sure though is the Kendrick pussy ad-libs. They're so good, every time. The song Drew Barrymore is next, which is another song that dives into SZA's insecurities that you hear in Supermodel. There's a lot of great lines in here. I'm so lonely, I forget what I'm worth. Is it warm enough for you inside me? And you came with your new friend and her mom jeans and her new Vans, and she's perfect, and I hate it. Pretty on the nose, but it's good all the same. The next song, Prom, is a beautiful sounding song about comparing yourself to others and a lot of the common thoughts people have when thinking about self-improvement and wishing things were better than they are right now. Am I doing enough? Feel like I'm wasting time. Promise to get a little better as I get older. The Weeknd, the song, not the artist, is about SZA and some other girls who are all with this one dude, and the song is basically just them discussing who should have custody of this man and when. But, jokes aside, it's a really, really solid track. In the song Go Gina, I'm not entirely sure who Gina is. It's a reference to the show Martin, I know, but in terms of who Gina represents in SZA's story, I'm less sure of. Though my best guess is like a friend that SZA lost touch with, or maybe hasn't seen in a while. Either way, it's not really important. The song slaps. That's all you need to know. The song Garden is another song about SZA seeking for her partner to solve her insecurities. They'll put it on the pile with the rest of them, I guess. Need you for the old me, need you for my sanity, need you to remind me where I come from. Broken Clocks is next. In this one, she talks about being on her grind to make ends meet before she makes it, like, to become successful. I've listened to this one a lot, so much so that it's waned on me a little, but it's still incredible. After that, the song Anything takes us back to her relationship issues as she gets either back with an old fling or maybe starts a new relationship with someone she already knows is bad news. That's because she would do anything to feel in control. The interlude, Wavy, comes afterwards, and I think it's really interesting because it is an interlude in the album, and you can tell because in the lyrics SZA is actually extremely confident in the song, which serves as a contrast to the majority of the songs in the album where she's very insecure. Normal Girl is pretty self-explanatory theme-wise. Insecurity will find you no matter how well off you are. In the same way that ordinary people wish to become famous, the famous, at least on occasion, wish that they were a normal girl. The experience of wishing you had what someone else does is just an intrinsically human property. Pretty Little Birds, featuring Isaiah Rashad, isn't really about anything, but it's so gorgeous that it doesn't matter. Sometimes a song can just sound good and that's all you need, you know? The next song, 20-something, is probably my least favorite on the album, but only because one of the songs has to have that title. It's a pretty generic song about feeling time pass, and it's a bit repetitive. It's still alright, but the caliber of songs we're dealing with on this album is far above alright. Next is the alt version of Love Galore, which is so incredibly similar to the original version that it's barely worth talking about. If anything, it's just evidence that they kind of threw Travis Scott onto an already existing song. But then, after that, is the start of the completely new deluxe tracks that were added onto this album, and in my opinion, none of them are incredibly notable. Still great, mind you, just not really any standouts, I would say. 2 AM is about another situationship she's in. Miles is another song in the vein of Normal Girl, about comparison to others. Percolator is about her seeing multiple guys instead of the inverse, which is novel. Also, I did have to look up what a percolator is. Tread Carefully is when she finally stands up for herself in a bad relationship and distances herself from it. Awkward is about having sex with a friend, and if there were one word to describe that situation, yeah, it would probably be awkward. And finally, the last song on the album, Jody, is about being stoned and lazy. But it does have a much more whimsical vibe than anything else on the album, which helps it to stand out quite a bit. Final thoughts, this album is great. SZA is great. What more can I say? I'm glad that she finally broke through and became a super mainstream star, because she deserves it. My favorite song on this album is The Weeknd, and my least favorite song was 20-something. Thank you for listening.